everyone. Recently, I happened to read a book, Start with Why, written by Simon Sinek. An excellent concept about a journey from inside to outside, which we as human beings need to understand it in true sense, and if it could be applied, the outcomes are certainly wonderful. But before we go into the details of what, how, and why, the concept of golden circle, as aptly titled here, the concept of golden circle was inspired by the golden ratio, a simple mathematical relationship that has fascinated mathematicians, biologists, architects, artists, musicians, and naturalists since the beginning of history. From the Egyptians to Pythagoras to Leonardo da Vinci, many have looked to the golden ratio to provide a mathematical formula for proportion and even beauty. It also supports the notion that there is more order in nature than we think, as in the symmetry of leaves and the geometric perfection of snowflakes. A wonderful aspect about the golden ratio, however, was that it had so many applications in a variety of fields. And even more significantly, it offered a formula that could produce repeatable and predictable results in places where such results might have been assumed to be a random occurrence or luck. Even Mother Nature, for most people a symbol of unpredictability, exhibited more order than we previously acknowledged. Like the golden ratio, which offers evidence of order in the seeming disorder of nature, the golden circle finds order and predictability in human behavior. Put simply, it helps us understand why we do what we do. The golden circle provides compelling evidence of how much more we can achieve if we remind ourselves to start everything we do by first asking why. More elaborate part about the golden ratio. It's also known as the golden section, golden mean, or divine proportion in mathematics. The irrational number 1 plus square root of 5 upon 2, often denoted by the Greek letter phi, which is approximately equal to 1.618. It is the ratio of a line segment cut into two pieces of different lengths such that the ratio of the whole segment to that of the longer segment is equal to the ratio of the longer segment to the shorter segment. The origin of this number can be traced back to Euclid, who mentions it as the extreme and mean ratio in the elements. In terms of present-day algebra, letting the length of the shorter segment be 1 unit and length of the longer segment be x units gives rise to the equation x plus 1 upon x is equal to x by 1. This may be rearranged to form the quadratic equation x square minus x minus 1 is equal to 0, for which the positive solution is x is equal to 1 plus square root of 5 upon 2. That's the golden ratio. The ancient Greeks recognized this dividing or sectioning property, a phrase that was ultimately shortened to simply the section. It was more than 2000 years later that both ratio and section were designated as golden by German mathematician Martin Ohm in 1835. The Greeks also had observed that the golden ratio provided the most aesthetically pleasing proportion of sides of a rectangle, a notion that was enhanced during the Renaissance by, for example, the work of the Italian polymath Leonardo da Vinci and the publication of De Divina Proportione 1509 Divine Proportion, written by the Italian mathematician Luca Pacioli and illustrated by Leonardo. The golden ratio occurs in many mathematical contexts. It is geometrically constructible by straight edge and compass, and it occurs in the investigation of the Archimedean and Platonic solids. It is the limit of the ratios of consecutive terms of the Fibonacci number sequence 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13 and on, in which each term beyond the second is the sum of the previous two, and it is also the value of the most basic of continued fractions. In modern mathematics, the golden ratio occurs in the description of fractals, figures that exhibit similarity and play an important role in the study of chaos and dynamical system. More specifically, now about the golden circle. Simon Sinek's golden circle theory is a principle grounded in the tenets of biology on inspirational leadership. Great leaders think, communicate, and act from the inside out rather than from the outside in. They ask why, how, and what from the inside out. This drives decision making because it makes people reflect on the reasons why they are doing something and then driving them to lead. This definitely works because we follow those who lead, not for them but for ourselves. Those peoples are the ones who inspire those around them and make them act, and that is why they are great leaders. A simple question, if posed, what's your why? That would be the gesture. Why is this why stuff so stressful? As it sits today, this question is broken. It's simply too big, too daunting, unfair, really, to imply that we each have one big mythical obligation to the universe. And if we haven't figured it out yet, well, we better get on that before it's too late. We need to reframe the what's my why question completely. We can't think about it in a 50,000 feet pie in the sky terms. We have to hit it at the ground level. What we have in front of us isn't some all-encompassing obligation. What we have is an opportunity, an amazing opportunity, an everyday opportunity, a right now opportunity. It's dead simple and right under our collective noses. We have an opportunity to live every day how we would like to be remembered. And guess what? When we reframe what's my why and think in real world terms, this magically becomes the answer to the question. Think about it. Every day, all of us have an opportunity to make a lasting impact on the important people in our lives. To get in the zone and be our best selves, to be present, to be in the now, especially in the tiniest moments, because that's where lasting impact lives. This concept would certainly demystify the what's my why question and make it attainable for anybody and everybody. I would prefer to use the framework from Simon Sinek's brilliant Start With Why TED Talk to help us get all the way from why to how to what. The science behind why and the golden circle. Now, the question what refers to the actions you take towards achieving your why. The how part, the unique talents that make you special, and the why, the purpose or ikigai, cause or belief that drives you, why you get up in the morning. It has a resemblance to the circle where the what, it refers to neocortex, The neocortex is responsible for rational and analytical thought and language. And the inside part of our brain, that's the limbic brain, is responsible for all feelings, behavior, and decision making. So, the essence of Simon Sinek's golden circle is that asking why trumps everything. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This quote hits me square because the power of asking why lives at any and every level. It spans far beyond the reaches of business and selling products. It's also very much true in our relationships and our ability to impact others. The science behind why is best explained in how the golden circle and human brain line up. Like I mentioned previously, the outside ring of the golden circle is the what. These are the actions we take towards achieving our why. The what aligns with the neocortex, and the neocortex is responsible for all rational and analytical thought. The middle ring is the how. The how is made up of the talents that makes us unique. How we achieve our why is by being our best selves and paying to our built-in strengths as often as possible. The center of the circle is the why. The why is the stuff that's significant or important to us. The how and why rings correspond with the limbic brain, aka also known as the lizard brain. The limbic brain is responsible for our feelings, behaviors, and decision making. And if that sounds a little scary, it's because it is. We don't make decisions on facts. Whether we realize it or not, the portion of our brain that most heavily influences our decision making has the rationality of a prepubescent teen whose emotions are jackhammering and roller coastering out of control. This is why understanding the why is so dang important and powerful. So we have to be very productive with a purpose. So life is about being in the now. The purpose, Ikigai, puts you there. Alright, to dig into a big question like this, I prefer to journal. Alright, time to roll up your sleeves and do some work. Pull up a blank note or pull out a sheet of paper. Time yourself for the next 3 to 5 minutes. Ask yourselves, how do I want to be remembered? Just write, unfiltered, whatever comes to your mind. So how was it? What did you uncover? Did you land on a few why buckets that feel right? That time is certainly not enough. These why buckets certainly help prioritizing the stuff that should be truly important. Now, how do you want to be remembered? To be a great dad? To be a loving husband? To be a caring son, brother, grandson? To be a dependable friend? To be an inspiring teacher? To be an inspiring leader? To be creative? To be healthy? Etc. It's certainly a billion-dollar question. Now, me being an academician, I would also like to pose a question to the academicians who are contributing greatly in the field of education. What is your why? Just close your eyes and think back to when you went to school. Think of the name of the teacher who took you under his or her wings, who believed in you, who saw something in you that no one else saw, who proved to you that you were capable of more than you thought you were. This teacher may even be partly responsible for who you are today. Got the name of that person? We all remember the names of the people who believed in us and helped us become not just better students, but better versions of ourselves. So just aim to become a better version of your own self. We can't remember the names of the rest of the teachers we had those days, but we remember the chosen few. This is the power of being a teacher. It is the ability to impact someone on such a deep level that they will literally carry your name with them for the rest of their lives. You don't teach curriculum, you teach people. It is not about the lessons, it's about the impact you can have in someone's life. Every single day, remember, your job is not to teach, your job is not to count grades or to meet standardized metrics. Your job, your service is to help these young men and women become better human beings. Exams aren't just a test of competency, they are also tests of character. I repeat, tests of character. Who cheats or not? Lessons aren't just for learning subject matter or course matter, they build character and discipline. The classroom is not just a place for learning, it is a place to develop character, an opportunity to help individuals learn the courage to express doubt or confusion. The classroom also is an environment that can teach young men and women how to work together in team, cooperate and help each other. So your job, your cause is not to make better students, it is to make better human beings. Do that and you will change the world. Because of a future president who works towards world peace, or a future CEO or MD who puts people before profits, or a future scientist who cares about cures and not fame when asked how they became the person they became, will close their eyes, think back to high school and mention your name. Inspire on. So go from what's my why and create an impact. Thank you.